Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. My name is Stuart. In today's lesson, we're looking at words that we use in English when we talk about the environment. Let's go to the intro. Now, as I said, today's lesson is talking about this topic here, which is the environment. And all of these words we can use when we talk about this subject. Now, the environment is a topic which is very common nowadays. It's always in the news. People are always talking about environmental issues, problems that we have with the environment and things that we can do to fix them. It's also a very divisive subject because there are people that think that the environment is changing or our environment is changing. Some people think that it's not. So it's dividing politics in a lot of countries, and governments are trying to act to help save the environment. Now, these are some of the words that we use. So, for example, environmentalism, environmentalist, and environmental issues or problems, for example. So environmentalism is the ideology, okay? It's an ism. It's like fascism or communism, capitalism, environmentalism. Environmentalists are the people that want to help save the environment, okay? Environmentalists. And as I said before, when we talk about issues or problems, environmental issues or problems. Now, environmentalists, as we said, we can also call people that are environmentalists greenies. It's a little bit less formal to call people greenies, okay? I remember back in the 1980s in Australia, there was a green movement, and greenies, people were hugging trees and trying to save the forests in places like Tasmania. So they got the name greenie or greenies. They were environmental activists, okay? They were activists. They were trying to protect their environment. People nowadays try to be environmentally friendly, okay? We recycle. We do things that help the environment. We like to clean up our rubbish. If we go to a place and we have a picnic, for example, we are environmentally friendly. We try to pick our rubbish up and put it in the bins and dispose of it properly. We also talk about a carbon footprint. Some people are conscious of their carbon footprint and they try to reduce that footprint. The carbon footprint is the footprint or the amount of carbon that you use. It's what you're leaving behind. It's what you're contributing to the environment, okay? Your carbon footprint, and people are trying to reduce it more and more. Now, environmental issues, as I said before, these are some of the main ones, okay? There could be more. I'm not going to say there's not. There could be more, but these are some of the ones that we read on a daily basis in the newspaper. So, for example, we have climate change where our climates are either getting warmer or colder, okay? Normally warmer. I think this year or last year was the warmest year on record. So we have global warming, which is a result of this climate change. We have pollution and we have smog, okay? Pollution and smog, the same thing. Contamination in the rivers, in the seas, in the oceans, we have contamination. Deforestation, where our forests are being cut down or removed. Deforestation. We have this concept here, acid rain, where the rainfall contains high levels of acid. We have overpopulation because some people argue that there are too many humans in the world. Overpopulation. Fossil fuels is also something that we'll see regarding the environment. Our use of fossil fuels, oil, gas, coal, for example. They are also known as non-renewable energies. We'll see this in a minute, but non-renewable energies, because fossil fuels one day will finish and we won't have any fossil fuels left. And we also talk about nuclear waste in countries that have nuclear energy. The country I'm in at the moment has a couple of nuclear energy plants. Where I come from, Australia, there are no nuclear energy plants, okay? So nuclear waste is not an issue in some places, but it is in others where they have nuclear energy. Now, all of these problems here are harming, endangering, or threatening our environment, our world, okay? Harm, endanger, and threaten. In order to save the planet, the words that we hear are conservation, all right? We talk about also renewable energies, for example, solar energy or wind energy, renewable energies. We also talk about reducing emissions. We can hear the word sustainability. We can also hear the concept of resource management, managing our resources. We also hear the word preservation. And in some countries, again, Australia specifically, there was something called a carbon tax, where big companies were taxed on their carbon or their, their emissions, okay? They were taxed on their emissions. So the Australian government thought it was a good idea to tax people according to their emissions, and they introduced a carbon tax. Thank you very much for watching the lesson. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the section below. Question of the day: what are you doing to reduce your carbon footprint, if anything? If you are trying to reduce it, please let me know. Do you recycle, for example? Share the video on social media, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, Pinterest. Share it up on social media. I'll see you in the next lesson. Have a good day. Bye.